So, Melissa, a lot of our conversations on the podcast go toward accessibility. I have a lot of colleagues who find it very important, myself included. Tell us how did you come to realize the importance of accessibility in your work as an instructional designer?
Okay, so for me, it really started while I was teaching. And, while I was in my education courses, of course, they taught us about it, but you really don't get to know it until you're in the field. At the time, I was teaching, mostly ESL students, and I realized that if I was showing any kind of video clips in the class, the students really needed to have subtitles so that they could read. A lot of them had just different levels of listening proficiency. So that was like kind of like the first thing. And then I think what really hit home for me was when Blackboard Ally came into play. We were using Blackboard at the time, and realizing that even though I thought my documents were fully accessible, they weren't. I would get, scores of like 50 or 60, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? And simple things like just realizing, you can't just take a word, make it larger and bolded, and consider that a title of, a section of a document. Knowing that I had to use the headers, to make it better for somebody using a screen reader, things like that. You're just kind of like eye-opening, and you're like, wow, I didn't realize, what I wasn't doing before all of this, like this technology came into place. So yeah.
Yeah, in terms of headers and things, that was my awakening too, or something that really got me interested in accessibility was I took a course on semantic HTML.
Mhm.
And I realized that, a lot of these things that um, we put into a web or put into a page for accessibility, um, the average person reading a page wouldn't even know they're there. And
Yeah.
so, but there are people who really could use those things. So you
Yep.
can make a page that doesn't really adhere to a semantic HTML, and it would look fine, and it would actually be accessible. But to put those things in and allow this page to be consumed by someone who might be have audio problems or sight problems that might need a reader, those things, that small percentage of people, it makes a world of difference. And I didn't realize that until I started to delve into semantic HTML. It's not that much more work, but the payoff is that a whole group of people that you don't even know would appreciate the way you built a page, and it helps them. So,
Yep.
I think more people should just take a course in semantic HTML and see what you can do. And it's not really that much extra work, and it makes the web so much more accessible to so many people.